Hello, guys, welcome back. It is the end of December, so it is time for our January budget. You guys, I have high hopes for 2022 financially. I guess. I always have high hopes, but I'm excited. I don't know. I feel like I ended 2021 on a pretty strong financial note, so I'm hoping that kind of propels and continues. It definitely propels me motivation wise into 2022, but I hope that trend continues. I don't know. We'll see. There's been a lot of ups and downs financially this year, but overall it's been pretty good. So I'm hopeful for 2022, but a couple of things will be different on my budget. So let's just get into it. Of course, I let that die. There we go. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So, starting at the top, of course, I always start with my income. My main income, my only income up until this point, has been from my W-2 job. My income goal for 2021 has been $5,360 a month in take-home pay. That will be changing a little bit for 2022 because we get a yearly raise that kicks in like the first full pay period in January. So I don't know, and that number has always been based on just working a basic 40 hours a week, no overtime, no shift differential. So it will go up. I just don't know what it'll be yet, and I won't know until I have a full pay period that is just no shift differential, no overtime, and those are kind of hard to come by, which is a good thing financially, just maybe not mentally. But at some point in the coming months, that will change once I know what my actual lowest income could be for a month. But for now, so we'll leave it at $5,360 for now. And the other change is, so of course it's like December 28th right now, and I have received some income from my rental property now that there's a tenant in there. But the property management company lets me apply their rent money to any outstanding balances I owe, which I do have a few lawn maintenance charges, I guess, from the last couple months in there from before the tenant moved in when it was vacant. And so they let me apply that rental income to that balance instead of just paying it out to me and me paying it back. So I don't know what it'll be yet, what my income from the rental property will be yet, but there should be some, maybe. I don't know, actually, because they have their fee for tenant placement, and they've been managing the home for 8 months that it's had no tenant in it. So I do owe them some months of property management fees. So we'll see how all that shakes out. Maybe there won't be any income for January. I don't know. But at least the tenant's paying the back bills on the property. or however you want to look at that, whatever. But going forward throughout the rest of the year, of course, I should have rental income, which is so exciting. That is step one to this whole rental property investing journey, right? Well, step one was buying the house. That was a big enough step, but the point of doing that is for the income, obviously. So that'll be exciting. Now to the expenses. So my rent has gone up, and that started in November. I'm now paying $1,500 a month. And now that I live here, I do have to pay my own utilities. So the electricity, I'm going to ballpark $50. I think that's what it was in December. I don't know. Close enough. My Fed loans, which is my federal student loans, it's the only debt that I have. That monthly payment, pre-pandemic, pre-student loan forbearance, and all this crap over the last 18 months, or however long it's been, was $705.69. Payments were supposed to resume at the end of January, but now that's been pushed out even further. So I have no idea what that payment's going to look like when things come back in action. We'll worry about that when the time comes. My gym membership's always $22.99. My internet is $38.99. Netflix is always $17.99. Cell phone bill, $60 a month. Groceries and food, I always try to budget $300. We all know how that usually goes. Gas and car wash, budgeting $60 a month. Chiropractor, $40 a visit. 4 visits a month, $160. Pet supplies, usually budget $25. I don't always order or need pet supplies every month, but then I do a big order the following month. It all kind of evens out. Investing. You guys, I've been so bad at investing lately because I've been so focused on my student loans. But trying to change that for 2022. I want to invest at least $100 a month, whether that be Roth, which it should be Roth, or I also want to get back into investing in my FundRise account because that just grows every single day. And the quarterly dividends on that shit is amazing. So I want to keep putting more money towards that. I always try to donate $50 and I give myself $300 of discretionary spending for things that aren't in any of those categories. Sometimes I don't do so good with that, but whatever. Debt. Ooh, this number looks different now. Hey, Fed loan. The end of December, y'all know, during Vlogmas, I paid $25,200 towards my student loans. So we're now down to $160,700.22. Woo! None of which is interest. That's my favorite part. No more compounding, outstanding interest bullshit. Anyway, and of course, I have the other $4,800 in savings, $30,000 total saved up for 2021. But I canceled the payments that I had to schedule out into January just because they did extend that forbearance. And so now I'm going to put that money, or that money is back in my high yield savings account so it can at least be growing throughout the remainder of the forbearance, however long that ends up being. And then, of course, I don't know if this video is going to go up first or if my 2022 money goals is going to go up first, but 2022 goal is to save another $30,000 to either save or pay combined another $30,000 to student loans, which broken down over 12 months is $2,500 a month. So my goal for January is to save another $2,500 for student loans. So we'll see how that goes. And then my sinking funds, which I forgot to put on the headers, please forgive me. So of course, in my general emergency fund, I would like to have $10,000. My Roth for 2022, I would like to contribute $6,000, which is the max. And then for a car, vet, and medical kind of slush fund, I would like to have $2,000. So far, so before January starts, I only have $362 in my emergency fund and not a penny in the other items. But the goal is to contribute to those starting in January. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try and split any extra money between investing and saving for my emergency funds. I definitely need to get an emergency fund built back up. That is something everyone should have at all times, whether you're a Dave Ramsey, $1,000 baby step one kind of person, or you're more of a feel comfortable at 3 to 6 months of expenses kind of person. Feel like everyone should have some sort of emergency fund, and the fact that I really don't is scary. So far it's been okay, just because I do make a decent amount of money, and so it's not a big deal. So far I've been able to kind of bankroll things as I go, as they come up, or at least like put them on a credit card for the immediate which I put everything on a credit card because credit card points, right? And then just pay it off immediately. So far I've been able to do that, but there's obviously no guarantee that that's always going to be the case. And I would feel way more comfortable having some emergency fund cushion. So I'm going to try to be saving for loans, saving an emergency fund, and investing every single month. We'll see how it goes. Of course, like I've been saying this whole last year, though, I did have all of my student loan savings in a high yield savings account. So if something had ever come up, obviously I could pull from that and be totally fine. It wouldn't have been ideal, but of course I had the cash laying around, so it would have been okay. And the same goes for now too. I still have that $4,800 in my savings account, even though mentally it's for student loans and I don't ever want to touch it unless it's an emergency. But I'm never like up shit creek without a paddle, really. So there's that. For anyone that's like, oh my God, I always get comments like, I don't know how you don't have an emergency fund, or why would you do that? That should be priority number one. Like, I know. I'm always okay. I always have some of that. I have had that money in the bank. And so now that forbearance has been extended longer, I'm just going to keep saving and keep saving and keep saving and just mentally allocate that much is for loans, that much is for emergency fund. And really it's all there if I ever had an emergency. So that was way too much of an explanation on my emergency fund situation. But I always get comments about it, so I felt like I had to elaborate. But that's all, really. No huge changes other than my rent has gone up. A couple months ago, my income should go up. I should start getting rental income. That's pretty cool. So, which of course, I'm not going to touch that income if and when that day ever comes. My rental income is just always going to be totally put in its own separate account, because that money is what is going to be building in the background for down payment on the next rental property. So I'm using all rental income to fund further rental income, if that makes sense. That's my goal. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I've got big hopes for 2022, and this will be month 1, obviously. So I'm excited to move forward. I'm excited to get this new year started. I'm excited to put 2021 in the past. And like I said, it was still a good year. Not mad about it. So, yay. Keep the momentum going. Doing whatever we can. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I would always love to hear in the comments about what your goals are as well. So if you guys have any big January goal items for your finances, I'd love to hear about them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.